You're listening to the Online Business Blueprint, brought to you by PlatformLaunchers.com. I am John Stange. It's great to be with you this week, as always, because we like to talk about building and growing and monetizing our online platforms. We like to take our passions, turn them into a platform so that we could start earning a paycheck. And I'm super glad to be able to spend this time with you each week. In fact, this week, we're going to be talking about something that can really contribute to your overall paycheck. Specifically, our discussion this week is how to go from 0 to 5 coaching clients per week. Coaching being a major part of what I do in the online space, and something that many of the members who are part of our members club are certainly involved in as well. Maybe if you're listening to us right now, this is something that you've thought about building as part of your online business blueprint, and so certainly we intend to help you with that. By the way, we have a whole bunch of resources over at platformlaunchers.com. We also let you take a free 2-week test drive of our members club, our online membership, and that comes with a whole bunch of freebies. So check that out at platformlaunchers.com if you're interested. But as I mentioned, we're talking this week about coaching. Now, over the course of any given week, I have the privilege to speak with various entrepreneurs who are building their online businesses, and they're expanding the overall reach of their message-based platforms. I enjoy these conversations for many reasons. I think they're insightful. I think they stimulate my creativity. I think they also give me insights into things that work for others and how other people are succeeding in the online space. Some people that I have the opportunity to speak with over the course of any given week are dedicated content creators. I would put myself in that category. There literally isn't a single day of the week that I am not creating audio content, in particular with my podcasts. 2 of my 4 podcasts are daily shows, but I also have systems in place that allow me to create video. I also have systems in place that allow me to create written content several times each week as well. But a content strategy isn't the only way to earn a living online. In fact, some would argue that certain aspects of building your online platform through the digital content that you create will by nature take some time to develop momentum. That was certainly the case with me. Maybe that's the case with you. I think that's actually the case for most people. So typically, a faster way to monetize your online platform is through the services you offer. And one of the best performing services, it continues to be online coaching. Online coaching being one of the best services that you can offer. So if you're listening to me right now, or if you're watching us via YouTube, I'm just going to ask you a few questions, but one of them is this: have you ever been paid for online coaching? Or maybe if you've never been paid for online coaching, maybe I could ask this: have you ever paid for online coaching? And if so, what kind of help did you seek? And how much were you willing to pay for that help? I have to tell you, when I think about the things that I have done over the years that have been good investments in what I've been doing online and my own development as an online entrepreneur, online coaching has been one of the best investments I have made in my overall business. Paying other people to coach me has been extremely helpful. Without a doubt, I can testify to the fact that online coaching has helped me refine my ideas. It has helped me make faster progress than if I had attempted to do what I'm doing without welcoming the influence of others to help me shape my perspective. And I have paid all different amounts for online coaching. It would probably surprise you to hear some of the numbers, but again, it's been worth it. The lowest that I've paid was right around $50, but the highest that I paid, and this is an honest to goodness true number, a couple of years ago, I paid, it was just shy of $20,000 for a year-long program of coaching and mentorship and things of that nature. And I can say in every case, including that very pricey example, I can honestly say that I got my money's worth. I found it helpful in each case, whether I was paying 50 for a specific task or something much more than that. I found it very beneficial. I've learned from each coaching experience that I've invested in. And if you're in the process right now of attempting to build your online platform and you'd be interested in offering more coaching as part of that, I wonder, how much would you charge a client? How much would you say, this is the price to work with me for 30 minutes or for an hour or for a month or for 3 months? How much coaching likewise would you be willing to offer on a given basis, like, or on a given day, a given week, anything like that? And if you could replace your current income by developing a steady stream of coaching clients, is that something that would interest you? I have a few stats I want to share with you. One is something you could figure out just by doing, a quick, simple search, but it's related to the average daily salary here in the United States. I don't know what you think the average daily salary would be, but at present, the average daily salary, I just updated this stat today. I've been looking at this from time to time, but the average daily salary in the United States at present is right now somewhere around $160 per day, give or take, depending on what region and a few other factors. But then when you look at the average cost of a 60-minute coaching call, that runs anywhere from $150 to $250. So the average daily salary in the United States, 160, the average 60-minute coaching call between 150 and 250. So that means that if you charge the average amount for coaching, you would only need to work with 5 clients per week to replace the standard income. 5 coaching clients per week, and that would replace the standard income. So again, I wondered, does that appeal to you? Is that something that would seem like a doable thing for you? Does that even seem accessible to you, to have 5 coaching clients per week to replace the standard income here in the United States? And if that's something that does appeal to you, I imagine you're asking a question like, where would those coaching clients come from? I would like to do that, but where do they come from? Well, when I first started offering coaching, I used to wonder this as well. I used to wonder, how much would I charge? Where am I going to find these clients? Now I have to tell you, offering coaching is a very regular part of my weekly schedule. And on a yearly basis, it's also become a healthy contributor to my overall annual income. So if this is something that interests you, and I would suspect that if you're still listening, if you're still part of this podcast right now, listening as we speak, if you're still watching me on YouTube, I imagine that this is something that you've probably thought about. If you're genuinely interested in doing more coaching, what I want to do is I just want to spend the rest of our time together suggesting a few practical ideas that can genuinely help you connect with clients so that you can host at least 5 coaching sessions per week. But my secret hope, or my not so secret hope, is that you would be able to host even more than that if this is the kind of work that genuinely appeals to you. But for starters, let's just talk about this idea of building your client base up to 5 coaching clients per week. So let's start with obvious and get less obvious as we work through this progression. Number 1 on my list is this: be very clear about the kind of help that you're positioned to offer. So this is what happens when people are making the decision to find an online coach. They do so with a very specific problem or a very specific need in mind. And if they decide to work with you, it won't be because you're a generalist. They'll work with you because you have a track record or a specialty in their area of need. Now, the coaching that I offer, that fits within several specific categories. People reach out to me because of my expertise with things like online business or with leadership development or with marriage or with spiritual growth. Those would be the top 4. They don't reach out to me for my help with cooking. They don't reach out to me for help with physical therapy. They don't reach out to me for auto repair. Those are not things that I am known for. I am positioned to help people with very specific requests, very specific needs. So my admonition to you, if you're listening to my voice right now, is to be very clear about the kind of help that you are best positioned to offer. So that's number 1 on the list. Be very clear about that. Number 2 on the list is this: start using your digital content to attract attention. Most of the content that I create is given away for free. If you pay any attention to either of my platforms, you've realized that most of the content that I create, I just give it away. I'm not even charging for it. I just give it away for free. So without charge, I share my podcasts and my videos and my blog articles, and I do that online every single day. I often frequently share book content as well. I give books away for free. I give other resources away for free. Oftentimes, I will give away courses for free. Basically, I share that content, and my content serves people well by meeting specific needs. And what happens is this: as people discover my content, again, 90% of this content, I'm just giving it away for free. So as they discover my content, they start realizing, hey, this helps in this area, and this area, and this area. And they start making it part of their pattern to regularly use what I'm creating. So I'm making my digital content something that I give away for free, and it's attracting attention. And as I attract attention through that digital content that I'm giving away for free, people that are really finding benefit from it also will frequently reach out to me for more individualized help, because the content that I'm giving away for free, it might deal with specific topics, but people often wonder, how will this specifically fit with what I'm learning to do, or what I'm seeking to do? So people will reach out to me for more individualized help as I apply those concepts to their specific situation. That's where my coaching services are typically utilized. But it's the content that I created that help me get on my client's radar, basically, to begin with. So again, number two, use your digital content to attract attention. Number three, this is what you do. Mention what you do through conversations. As you're attempting to connect with new clients, don't be afraid to let people know that you're offering coaching services. You don't have to be salesy, by the way, as you do this. Just be conversational. Even if the people that you're speaking to aren't interested in your coaching, they may remember what you said and then recommend you to somebody else. There's several people live on this call right now as I'm recording this podcast who offer coaching services, and some of their best clients have come to them through the recommendations of other people. So mention what you do. They mentioned what they did in a conversational way, and people remembered what they did and then mentioned it to other people. I'm encouraging you to do the same thing, because if no one knows that you offer coaching and you continually hesitate to bring it up, you're going to miss out on many clients. And I don't want you to miss out on that. So mention what you're doing through conversations. But then number four, and we were talking about this as a group before we went live with the podcast. Number four is this: keep building your online authority. The only reason anyone's going to pay you for your services is because they consider you an authority on your subject matter. So that means that you need to keep showing up in your field of expertise. So a great way to do that would be, all right, write some blog posts, or do interviews for other people's shows, or host free webinars that solve critical problems. By the way, that in and of itself can be a ticket to finding those 5 clients. If you keep hosting free webinars that people jump on board with and then maybe have a brief Q&A, some of those people are going to utilize your coaching services because you will build trust through those webinars and through the other things that you're showing up for, and developing your authority, but they're going to want your specific help for their specific problems. And the more you do these things, the larger your online footprint starts to grow, and the greater your authority will expand. And so I'm encouraging you to keep building your online authority. That's number 4 on my list. Number 5 on my list is this: incentivize referrals. Incentivize referrals. There are few things quite as helpful for your business as referrals, right? Specifically from those who have helped you in the past. And don't hesitate to ask those that you've helped in the past to give you referrals. In fact, it's an honor to receive a referral from a previous client. When you've helped somebody and they refer someone else to you, they're basically staking their reputation on the fact that they believe that you're going to do a good job for somebody else. It's an honor to receive a referral from a previous client. They're few things quite as helpful for your business as referrals from those that you've helped in the past. So, when possible, and I encourage people to incentivize these referrals. And in your case, I would encourage you to thank those who refer others to you with some form of a tangible gift. Maybe you could offer them free or discounted coaching. Maybe you could pay them a commission for referring someone to you. Either way, never take referrals for granted. They could be a big part of your overall business success. Most of the things that I have had success in building, a big part of why those things became successful was through referrals. So incentivize your referrals. Number 6 on my list is this: create a simple funnel for your website. So after you're, incentivizing referrals, create a simple funnel on your website. That's number 6. And if you're not familiar with what that is, that's this. A funnel is a simple online tool that encourages those who regularly consume your content to join your email list. And I feel like this is one of the most important things that we ought to be doing with our websites. Because when someone joins your list through a funnel that you've created, you're creating a simple online tool that encourages people to join your email list. And when someone joins your list, you'll be given additional opportunities to share about your services with them. So a funnel is often, it just basically looks like this. Someone comes to your website to receive something free. They heard about that free thing because maybe you showed up as a guest poster on someone else's platform, or you did an interview, or you shared a YouTube video or something. So they hear about you that way. They go to your website. While they're on your website, they discover you have something valuable that you're giving away for free in exchange for an email address. They give you their email address. They receive the free content. And now you have the opportunity to let people know about the other services that you provide. And you can do that through emails. And so typically what I end up doing is when I have extra time in my schedule, typically when I'm between semesters, so this will be like, Christmas time or summertime, because I teach at a local university. And so, I got to maximize that in between time. But when that time comes about, I usually attempt to increase my coaching availability, and I let people know about that increased availability. And I'll announce it to my email list. These people join my email list through a simple funnel. I'll announce that availability to my email list, and I'll often encourage signups by offering some form of a temporary discount if I'm trying to, develop relationships with new clients. And I'll do that, and oftentimes that'll fill up my schedule because I've been gradually building that email list through creating a simple funnel. So I show up on other people's platforms. That invites people to come over to my platform. They get on my email list by downloading something free that I have that's valuable to them, but it's free in exchange for an email address. And then while they're on that list, then I have the opportunity to share about my other services. I let them know about the services. That helps me fill up my client schedule for coaching, and it works really, really well. So 6 things I'm suggesting here. And the 6 is this: be very clear about the help you offer. That's number 1. Number 2 is use your digital content to attract attention. Number 3 is mention what you do through conversations. Number 4 is keep building your online authority. Number 5 is incentivize referrals. And number 6, create a simple funnel on your website. And I think that if you gradually implement these suggestions, I am convinced that you could build a pipeline of coaching clients that meets or exceeds the goal of 5 clients per week. I don't actually think that it's going to be all that difficult for you to exceed that number in time, but start with attempting to get there, because that's 1 client on average per workday. And I think it's entirely possible that you may find yourself with more requests than you have time to accommodate over time as you keep implementing these suggestions. So do this. Please let me know how this is working for you. I wish you all the best in your efforts. But like I say frequently, please don't hesitate to reach out to me and let me know how this is all going. This is a simple pipeline that I am using to go from 0 to 5 coaching clients per week. And the truth is, the more you do this, 5 would probably be a lower number for you most weeks, and you could truly replace your overall income doing this sort of thing. If I can help in any way, don't hesitate to reach out to me. My email address is john@platformlaunchers.com. That's john@platformlaunchers.com. But you could also find a whole bunch of other freebies and other things over at platformlaunchers.com, my main website, and I hope you'll check it out. But that's it for us this week. Thanks again for being part of this podcast or for watching us on YouTube, wherever you're discovering this content. It's always a blast to be able to spend this time together, and I look forward to getting together with you again really, really soon. But in the meantime, have a wonderful week and take care.